I have Pluto square Saturn and Saturn square Pluto in my chart right now, transiting, and it is a really unfun time. But I'll say that it's only unfun because during these past couple of years, I have been neglecting my own personal growth and opting out for fun and doing a whole lot of talking about the work, but not actually doing the work. And what I'm experiencing as a result of these transits is a surfacing of everything that I have ignored in regards to responsibility, maturation, and just stepping up to the plate and coming closer in alignment to who I am and what I am on a soul level. And because I have ignored a lot of my unresolved issues and qualms, Pluto has brought these to the surface for death and transformation and transmutation. And even though this is for the best, it hurts. It hurts because on the human plane, on the physical plane, we get so attached to certain ways of being and doing and thinking. And these behaviors are not even for our benefit. They might initially be, they might have served a purpose in the beginning, but then as we grow, as time moves on, we get stuck in these behaviors and they start to do us more of a disservice and be to our detriment more than they are beneficial, right? It's like wearing a pair of shoes that were initially your size, and then as you grow, they start to get tighter and tighter, and what served you once pans out to be something that's stopping you from moving forward. So what I'm seeing is a lot of the lessons that I have experienced, I wasn't fully integrating them and extracting the lesson from them that I needed, and integrating the lesson in order to release the circumstances that were brought about. And so Pluto seeks to transform and restrict through Saturn. And it's painful because it's like doubling down on intense death energy, rebirth energy that is inevitable. You cannot escape the hand of Pluto or Saturn. I feel like they have very paternal but also primordial energies that are very ancient, and we can try and wiggle our way around it and bypass the lessons. But if you have both of these transits happening at once, like, you are not going to escape the cosmic clock. Like, the cosmic hand of fate is going to come and get you. And death hurts, but something that I read online recently is about how we might be carrying around scars that we have had for so long that we just have integrated as an essential part of ourselves, and we don't even realize that it's a scar. We just think that it is who we are, true and through. And part of healing these scars might hurt. The process might hurt. Or pulling out the splinter in our soul, it might hurt initially, but it's all for the good. It's all for the highest good. So Pluto square Saturn, Pluto opposite Saturn it's just a whole lot of serious energy. It's not really a time of levity, because it's like we have to scrutinize, or I have to scrutinize. I can only speak for myself. I can't speak for other people's experiences. But I have to scrutinize what I've been missing. And not just on a surface level, like really excavating and getting down to the nitty-gritty and the root of whatever has been the thorn in my heel. And so it's not going to be a time for joking. It's not going to be a time where I feel like things are easy and flowing and carefree. Like, this is a time of serious examination. And even though it's really uncomfortable, it's needed, because if we were to just live life, if I was to live life skimming through the surface and ignoring these things that are bubbling and brewing beneath the surface, or if I try and build legacy or something meaningful and worthwhile on a stable foundation, then it's ultimately just going to, one, not be sustainable, and two, backfire, and three, just like collapse altogether. And we can see this through society and quote-unquote civilization and the quote-unquote Western or US empire/war machine. Like, it was not founded in integrity. And if something's not founded in integrity, you might have fun for a little while, but either Saturn or Pluto is going to come after you. Saturn being the planet of karma, Kronos, the father of time. So it's only a matter of time. And Pluto, death, rebirth, transformation, power dynamics. And so this is coming up for mad scrutiny with me on an individual basis. How have I been neglecting my power? How have I been misusing my power? How have I failed to see where I have power? And to be honest, what I'm seeing now as well, and, Martian and Scorpionic placements might resonate with this, but sometimes there is an avoidance of fully yielding our power, and there's this subconscious programming to remain powerless and in victim stance, because some of us yield really intense power, and to acknowledge that and to fully step into that can be scary. We can be scared of our own power. We might be scared of how it can destroy us or how it can destroy other people. And with power truly comes responsibility. So when we think of power, I normally think of these tropes of people in power who are going mad and, laughing maniacally like a villain on a Disney cartoon show. When in actuality, power is also in the subtlety of and it's not subtle at all, but the power of, pulling yourself out of a depressive rut and having a consistent morning and evening routine and doing spiritual practices and working out and eating healthy. That is also power. And it's really about yielding power over the self. And what I'm seeing now as well is we are going through a major collective shift of interpretations of power, and how power in the past was always seen as something to be exerted outwardly, externally, and over other people. And the reason why societal patterns have not been changing is because when you're yielding your energy and your power outside, you're failing to transform that which is driving that mechanism and driving those behaviors, which is internal entirely. So if we redirect and internalize that drive, that power, that thirst and desire, if we internalize that, and instead of using it to manipulate the external realms, use it to better ourselves and our life, that is going to create and generate monumental change. Change that can actually generate external change that has been founded upon a lasting foundation. But not once again, because I didn't even say this, but the only constant is change in this life.